Hey yo, bendición, back with another video. I just need to charge my phone for a bit. Yo, shout out to everybody who has already seen and commented on my last video. Young Shin, yes, the beard is gone. I know it's a damn shame. I look like a little 8-year-old girl. Someone commented, I wish I remembered who. I literally just glanced at the phone and said, oh, I got some comments. But I can't remember who said it. I should have wrote it down. You know, I like to personalize things and give shout outs, give personal shout outs. But someone said, I believe it was a woman that said, you know, oh, you've always been on point that even some santeros don't even want to say how many years they've been crowned. It's a shame. You know, so thank you. This video is a follow-up of the last video. So if you already seen the last video, thank you. And be sure to comment on this video too. This is something that I thought of after I already did the last video, which was like an hour ago, whatever. But I'm just gonna keep these rolling just cause I'm in my zone, okay? Shimmy, shimmy, yeah. So last video talked about how to know if a santero is legit or not, and it was questions to ask that any legitimate santero, santera, babalocha, ialocha, olocha. Olocha is someone who has Orisha made, but doesn't have any god children. Babalocha is a male priest that has Orisha made and has god children. Ialocha has Orisha made and has god children. And you can ask these questions to a babalao, balero, whatever. You know, the questions, you know, like, how many years you've been crowned, who's your godparent, who's your yobon yobona, who's your oba oriate, or if it's Paulo, who scratched you, what lineage you come from. You know, these are basic questions that should be answered. What I wanted to follow that up with was this. Just because someone, now I'll reword it like this. The video was specifically answering the question, how do you know if a person is a legitimately crowned lukumi priest or priestess? How do you know if someone is legitimately scratched tata yaya? How do you know if this person is a legitimate godparent? You know, and when they do ceremony, even if they have all the right answers and they have a lineage and everything, but they say, yeah, we're gonna crown you. Okay, give us $10,000, and you go to the crowning and you notice that it's just a woman and her husband, and they're just going to do the whole crowning like that. You know, like things to look out for. And by the way, you know, it takes 4-legged animals, goats and rams, and depending on if Relegua takes a bush rat, you know, to crown someone. It's not all birds. You know, I remember seeing a post about to compensate or to save money or cutting corners, instead of giving, let's say, a castrated goat to Ochun, let's give her 4 hens instead of 1 castrated goat. It's like the same thing. No. You know, people cutting corners like that. You know, it's a little off tangent, but you know, the Orisha speaks when you give him a 4-legged animal. You can give him as many 2-legged birds, any hens and roosters and pigeons or whatever the hell they take. They only speak in the Dilogun when you give him a 4-legged animal. But that's beside the point. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then, you know, ask me in the comments. But if you do know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. The Orisha speaks directly when you give him a 4-legged animal, okay? You give Chango a ram, he's gonna be talking in the little room afterwards. Okay, so I'm already 4 minutes, 30 seconds in. So, follow up to the last video. Just because, let's say you got past all that stuff and you asked all the right questions, and let's say the person's legitimate. They legitimately have Orisha on their head. They are ordained an Orisha lukumi priest or priestess, or they are legitimate balero, tata, yaya, boko, mambo, sancista, or, espiritista. You don't need no ceremony done in espiritismo, pero, just because someone has legitimate ceremony done to their head doesn't give you any indication of who they are as a person, doesn't give you any indication of their character. What a person has on their head, meaning Orisha, has nothing to do with what they have on their heart. There are a lot of legit... I need to smoke for this one. I'm feeling it. I'm about to spit that truth, okay? I'm about to spit that truth. And if any of you don't like it, then you don't need to watch. Go ahead and dislike what I'm about to say. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution, okay? Check it. What a person has on their head has nothing to do with what they have in their heart. There are plenty of legitimate Lucumí priests and santeros and paleros and bocos and mambos and sancistas. What was given to them and what they received, a person may have that legit. A person may have everything by the books, and they received their own stuff well from a legitimate priest, and everything was done by the books. But that tells you nothing about the person. Because getting crowned, getting scratched, if we're talking palo, getting baptized, if we're talking the 21 divisions of Sanse, doesn't change you as a person. There are times where a person gets, revelations and they slowly change, but if you go into Ocha an asshole, you're going to come out an asshole. If you're just a horrible person who loves to screw people over and steal people's money before you do Ocha, you're going to be a horrible person who loves to steal people's money after doing Ocha. And now you just have the ache to do it and the legitimacy to do it, so you can say, I'm crowned, I can do whatever I want. So don't get it twisted, guys. Just because someone has Ocha, just because someone is Tata, just because someone is Boko or Mambo or Sansista, doesn't tell you anything about who they are as a person. Anybody can have titles. Anybody can be, a Babalao. The highest title of a Babalao is an Olofista, an owner of Olofi. How that works, I don't know. Ask a Babalao. I'm just telling you what I know. Or what I think I know, because I'm not crowned either, so I can't be saying I know everything, because I certainly don't. But the highest title of a Babalao or a Luo is Olofista. The highest title for a Santero is an Oba Oriate. The highest title for a Palero that I know of, I don't know if it's Tata Nkisi Balongo. All the titles in the world, all the years of Ocha and having all these godchildren, let me tell you guys, it don't mean shit, okay? And it's coming out of the horse's mouth. Yusei El Conquistador said that. The years that you have on your head, the titles you have, the amount of godchildren you have, the amount of Orisha you have a whole room full of every friggin' Orisha. You have every Oricha Fun and all of Obatala's court. It don't mean shit if you don't have anything in here. You can have all the knowledge in the head. You can know all the tratados. You can know all the cantos of the Orisha. You can know how to crown every Orisha. You can be an Oba Oriate, and you can have a whole friggin' everything. But that says nothing about the person's character, because there are a lot of legitimate priests and priestesses out here all over the world. California, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, Texas, Houston, Dallas, Chicago. A lot of legitimate people who are more infamous than they are famous because of how they treat others, because they have Ocha crowned, but they cut corners. When they were crowned, corners weren't cut. Everything was done legit. But to save money, they cut corners because the person that they're crowning may be ignorant. And so they cut corners just to keep that extra derecho, meaning money. Meaning, let's say, for example, if it costs $100 to get crowned and it costs $5 for a goat, then I'm going to pay $2 for a chicken and leave out the goat so I can keep the extra $3 because it takes $5. So it's more money in my pocket, if I had to give you a little example like that. A lot of legitimate priests and priests out here that are drug addicts. A lot of legitimate priests and priestesses out here that sleep with their god kids, that sexually exploit their god kids. A lot of legitimate priests and priestesses out here that conspire with other legitimate priests and priestesses out here to give half-ass crownings and olokums and scratchings and luceros and ingangas, and purposely do unto others what was not done to them when they received their own lucero and their own inganga and their own crowning, but they do it to others. Why? The shorter answer is because they can. Because they can get away with it. But not everybody's stuff is done in the dark. You know, there are a lot of people out here that are always in beef because they're friggin', just always starting beef because they're friggin' drug addicts and crowned at the same time, or they're always in some kind of bullshit. Drama, horrible, you know, friggin', they're legitimately crowned assholes. And being crowned doesn't suddenly make you not be an asshole, okay? So this is the part 2 message to part 1. What you have on your head has nothing to do with what you have on your heart, okay? So just keep that in mind, that the first video is about what kind of questions you should be asking any priest or priestess of any of these traditions. But this video, part 2, is letting you know that part 1 is not an end-all be-all to making someone your godparent. Knowing that someone is legitimately crowned or scratched, whatever, is just one piece of the puzzle to whether you should involve yourself with the company or receiving of anything from a babalao, a palero, a santero, whatever. If the person has no character, then don't involve yourself with them. We have a lot of santeros and paleros out here, you know, drug addicts, all about drama, all about bochinche, which is gossip, all about cutting corners. And it's a shame. Again, not every single person is like this. Pero it's something that has to be spoken about, something that has to be discussed. Because just because someone is crowned doesn't mean that they won't hesitate to screw you over when it comes to reciprocating that ache. You know, yeah. So, yeah, and this goes across the board. Babalao, santero, I don't care, freaking Haitian voodoo, Dominican voodoo, Puerto Rican sanse, Venezuelan Maria Leonza, Brazilian candomblé, Friggin' La Santísima Muerte, the cult of Santísima Muerte, Abakwa, Isheshe, if you're more like traditional Yoruba. I don't care what tradition you're talking about. What a person has ceremoniously has nothing to do with what's in their heart. Yes, the idea of, oh, the Orisha is going to change your heart. As they change your life, they're going to open your heart, make you more receptive to just be a better person because you have the Orisha in you. But you don't have the love of the Orisha in you. Because if that was the case, then every child of Ochun would just exude love. And every child of Jemaya would just exude motherly love. But there's a stereotype, which, you know, it's no offense to any children of Ochun and Jemaya, pero it's not unknown that children of Jemaya and children of Ochun can be crazy, can be a pain in the ass, can be stubborn. That children of Ochun, how do I word this nicely? That children of Ochun, speaking specifically about the women, can be straight up bitches. And female children of Jemaya, and even male children of Jemaya, can be vindictive, backstabbing people. Not all, but that's the, you know, across the board, at least what a lot of people think and what I've spoken to. And I say this to the face of children of Ochun and Yemaya. And they go, yeah, unfortunately a lot of Ochun's children, they can be like that. You know, or the stereotype that, a lot of children of Owatalas happen to be drug addicts. You know, if you are a child of Ochun and you're not a straight like bitch, or if you're a man, if you're an asshole, like the world doesn't revolve around you, then thank you. Be the opposite. If you're a child of Yemaya and you're like, well, Jesus, no, I'm not a vindictive person at all. I love everyone. I forgive everyone. Beautiful, thank you. And if you're a child of Watala and you're not a drug addict, like I've never struggled with that, God bless you. But I say all this to say that no matter who you're crowned, what you have ceremoniously doesn't change you as a person. Your personality stays the same. Yes, hopefully you do change in some capacity slowly over time because Orisha, you know, hopefully changes you and how your outlook on life, and you do become a more loving person. But the fact of the matter is that who you are before Ocha is who you are after Ocha. If you were a bitch before having Ochun on your head, you're going to be an even bigger bitch having Ochun on your head, because now I'm all that, but now I'm all that with Ochun on my head. And I can be a bitch to anybody because I have Ochun on my head. Or I got Chango on my head. It's not me. It's not me. Chango's the reason why I cheated on my wife, because he's a womanizer, so am I. No. You are you, or Orisha's Orisha. I'm just going off on a tangent right now. Pero the main thing is, ceremony that a person has, it can be done by a legitimate person, and everything can be legit. But you can still be a straight up bitch, a straight up asshole, who goes around screwing people over, taking advantage of the ignorant, taking advantage of the innocent, and falsifying things and cutting corners and doing things that you shouldn't. Okay? So that is it. I'm going to do another video. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to do another video. I'm just going to keep these coming. I'm on a roll. Butter me up because I'm on a roll. So I know it's like a 19-minute video, so I hope you still for the whole video. If you have, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay? Peace out.